Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. My prediction here now on the Master Flex Boxing channel. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back. So today we're talking about the Ngannou versus Joshua boxing match that is happening in Saudi Arabia. Shout out to Saudi Arabia because they've been putting on some massive freaking fights. I mean, before that fight, it's the Alexander Usyk versus Fury fight, which I'm gonna have a breakdown of that fight as well. And this one, and then they've been throwing some. Last year was just a banger for Saudi Arabian boxing matches. They're really doing their best to keep boxing alive, and shout out to them, man. You know, I would love to one day go out there and watch a fight out there, man. All right, so let's break it down. So I'm just gonna go straight forward with my prediction, and I'm gonna say that Joshua is gonna win this fight by landslide. Although, you know, Ngannou does have scary power, as we saw when he fought Fury. I think now that he has a fight under his belt, there's tape on him, you know, I think there is a blueprint now on how to beat him. That being easier said than done, definitely apparent, but I think when you're talking about Fury and Joshua as far as stylistically fighter-wise, I don't think, you know, Ngannou could come with the same game plan that he has with Fury. I think Fury is more on the back foot, fights a lot on the back foot, is like a typical like Apollo Creed type fighter, you know, box, jab, combinations, you know, sneak in some dirty, you know, some dirty stuff, you know, whether the ref can't see, and you know, that's Fury style. Joshua is more technical in my aspect. He's a lot more tighter than Fury is, and I don't think the game plan that Ngannou had with Fury is necessarily gonna work with Joshua. I think Joshua now, you know, now that we've seen what Ngannou has done to Fury, shut up, phone. Now that we've seen what Ngannou's done to Fury, like, now we know, like, if you think Joshua's gonna underestimate Ngannou at all, I think you're out of your mind. After what everybody saw, what he did to Fury, I don't think anybody's gonna take Ngannou, you know, lightly going forward as a boxer, you know. And speaking of that last fight, I honestly I had a good inkling. Unfortunately, my channel wasn't up by then to make that prediction, but I had a good inkling that Ngannou was gonna shock a lot of people because, I mean, bro started out as a boxer, you know. And when we're talking about the heavyweight division, like, it's not as like it's not like a McGregor versus Mayweather where, you know, like, even though one has knockout power, the technicality side doesn't you know, transfer over in the smaller weights where you have to be a lot more technical. We're talking about heavyweights where, although we're talking about one of the most technical boxers, and we do have a lot of technical heavyweight boxers, like, you don't have to be as technical. One shot can end it anytime in this fight, and that was proven in the last fight with Ngannou and Fury. But the way Joshua looked in his last fight with him and his new coach, and he's looking kind of flawless, kind of unbeatable, kind of like the old Anthony Joshua that we came to know when he was getting big. So I think, man, as far as predicting how the fight ends, this is a tough one. Normally, I have a good inkling on how the fight is gonna end. Obviously with heavyweights, you have a good chance that it's gonna end in knockout, but I have yet to ever see Joshua get knocked out, you know. So, and even though Ngannou is the guy that could do it, like, he couldn't get Fury out of there. And well, I mean, come on, Fury is a damn zombie. You know, he took how many knockdowns against Wilder, and you know, and still survived. So Wilder couldn't knock him out, and Ngannou couldn't knock him out. You know, we're left to see what kind of challenge, you know, Ngannou's gonna give Joshua. But as far as my prediction goes, this is gonna be the first fight. I would not predict whether it's gonna be a knockout or a decision. I'm leaning a little bit more towards the decision, but I'm just going to call a winner, and I think it's going to be Joshua. How it's going to be, yeah, I have no clue. But with that being said, I think the reason why this fight is happening is because, and I said this in one of my earlier videos, Wilder fumbled the bag. And I also said this in one of my other videos that if this fight keeps if the Wilder versus Joshua fight kept dragging on, somebody's gonna fumble it. I had leaned more on the Joshua side because of how he looked in his last fights, but lo and behold, I was very much wrong. It was Wilder that fumbled the bag. And to be honest, I think we're all in agreement that Wilder should just retire, because after that performance against Joseph Parker, man, come on, bruh, like he looked like a shell of himself. And then on top of that, if he's gonna keep on fighting, he needs to go ahead and fire that coach he has. I can't remember his name, but I know they're Malik Scott. There it is. I know they're good friends or whatever, but he needs to go ahead and fire him, because whatever that game plan was against Parker, that was.
I'm thinking about doing ayahuasca. You ever heard of that before?
No.
That was just not it. Wasn't it. So, yeah, that's. I mean, I'm not gonna look too much into it, because I mean, Ngannou only has one fight. He did really good in that one fight, like spectacular in that one fight. You know, I think everybody thought that Ngannou pulled out that win. You know, but I just think with that being his only fight, there's tape on him now. He might have, in my opinion, he might come out with the same game plan, and I don't think it's gonna work the same against Joshua. That's just how I see it. You know, let me know if you agree, if you disagree. Leave a like, subscribe, and that has been the Master Flex Boxing channel. See you in the next video.